Welcome back, guys! This is episode 2 of Careers of San Myshuno, where each apartment reflects a different point on the career ladder. Last time we built a tiny, paint-splattered starter loft for a beginner painter. Today we are doing the complete opposite. We are staying in the arts quarter, but going all the way to the top. So, this apartment belongs to a musician who already made it, who's performing on huge stages, releasing albums, and living a completely different lifestyle compared to our struggling painter from episode 1. We are building in 122 Hakim House, which is a historic apartment that already has that old world charm, and a little bit of drama baked into the walls. And I thought, what better place for a world-famous musician than a place with a history of iconic residents? So, the vibe today is dark glam, 80s luxury, and a little dramatic, a little moody, and absolutely expensive. I started in the entrance, and you can see immediately that this is nothing like the painter's apartment from episode 1. Here everything is dark brown, black, gold and red, which is totally different energy. I used the wall paneling from the Booknock kit because it had this elegant, slightly old-fashioned vibe that of course screams 80s luxury for me. And the floor is from Life and Death expansion pack. It has this deep, glossy brown tone that works perfectly with this glam interior that I wanted. And you will also notice mirrors everywhere. And this is because when I was researching real 80s interiors, I kept seeing mirrors. Like mirrors on walls, mirror behind bars, mirrors in hallways. I swear, that era was obsessed with reflections. So I leaned into that, and you'll see it again in other rooms. The hallway table you're seeing, also from Life and Death, it is decorated with flowers, keys, letters, and I actually imagine these letters being fan mail, like people sending love notes after concerts. Also, there is a tiny guest toilet right by the entrance. I made it completely black and with gold accents. It's small and perfect for guests who just need to wash their hands before entering the main apartment. And now we move into one of the rooms I struggled with the most. This is the kitchen. You see 2 fridges. I know it's a little bit strange. But actually I wanted to have symmetry, and this was the best way to achieve it. I combined here the Home Chef Hustle counters in that gorgeous dark brown swatch with base game reflective cabinets. But because the base game cabinets have silver handles, which didn't match the gold theme, I turned them backwards and used wall scones as fake golden handles. And this is one of my favorite hacks in this entire build. It shouldn't work, but it totally does. For the backsplash I wanted marble, like proper dramatic rich person marble, but since I don't have the pack with marble walls, I just used mirrors again. And I think it really works. It gives the kitchen that sleek, nightlife glam vibe. The stools are from Lovestruck in ruby red, because red is one of the anchor colors in this apartment. I think it's a little bit dramatic, but in that very elegant musician at the top way. And because every glam 80s interior apparently needs palm trees, I added one here. Next to the kitchen is the dining area, which I kept very luxurious too. I used 2 dining tables from Life and Death expansion pack and combined them together into one giant marble table. And the chairs are from Modern Lux kit because they have that modern but still rich energy. Also, there is a bookshelf by the window because even celebrities need a place where they can store Grammy or cookbooks that they never use. And moving into the living room, this was one of my favorite parts in the build. I again struggled here a little bit because The Sims 4 doesn't really have that true velvet 80s sofas, so I used the red sofas from Life and Death because they were the closest match to what I was imagining. I also scaled up the fluffy city living rug until it became a huge soft centerpiece. And it immediately grounded the space and added that plush nightclub energy. There is also a small luxury bar from Businesses and Hobbies, because, of course, if you are a top-level musician, you're hosting after-parties here. And also I added a huge modern TV, decorated wall with mirrors again, and placed some bass game cabinets as shelving unit. Super understated, but if paired with gold clutter from Modern Lux, it still looks high-end. So, before we move on to the next space, let's talk quickly about the musician career in The Sims 4, since this whole apartment is built for someone at the very top of it. The musician path is part of the entertainer career, which is base game. Your Sim starts out as a tiny performer, so basically doing small gigs, practicing comedy or music, and earning almost nothing in the beginning. Once they reach level 5, they can finally choose their branch, musician or comedian. And of course, we went with the musician branch for this build. At level 10, the Sim becomes an instrument virtuoso, so they earn a lot, they're basically a star, they unlock some really cool rewards, and more importantly, they deserve a space like this. A proper luxury apartment where they can relax, record, practice, and store all their awards. Now back to the build. You could already see that I added a small music corner by the wall leading to the wardrobe. It's just a cabinet, a vinyl player, and some music-themed decor. It's not the full studio, but it hints at who lives here. Now we enter the wardrobe. And guys, I want this room myself. This is where our musician gets ready for their concerts, red carpets, interviews, like everything. I used the Grange Mudroom kit by Peacemaker for the wardrobe system, and I think this kit honestly saved me. The black swatch with golden handles fits 80s glam style perfectly. And also I cluttered the wardrobe with tons of clothing items and bags and perfume bottles, all the little things that instantly make the room feel alive. And instead of putting the makeup vanity in the bedroom, I placed it here, because in my head the musician walks in, chooses an outfit, sits at the vanity and gets ready right here. So the red plush chair from high school years, I'm obsessed. It looks soft, extra, maybe a little funky, and exactly what this interior needed. And while I'm finishing up this wardrobe area, let me tell you a little bit about the layout of this apartment, because this ended up being way trickier than I really expected. The layout here was completely dictated by the placement of the windows, and I really didn't want to change them, but the problem was that some of the windows were white or maybe gray, I don't remember, and some were black. Especially from the inside it looked so strange, so I just decided to make all of them black to unify everything and match the dark and dramatic style of the apartment. Originally this apartment had 3 bedrooms, and at first I thought I would keep 2 of them, and the plan was 1 primary bedroom and then a separate music studio room for the musician to practice. So I built that layout, and then I looked at it again and again, and I didn't record that part because, I was just standing there thinking and deleting walls for really pretty long time. And I just realized that a top-level musician absolutely needs a big wardrobe, and not just a small closet, but a whole room for his or her outfits, like costumes, concert looks, and all of that. And the layout that I had, it just didn't leave space for it. because the area where I put the bedroom and the bathroom just didn't make sense anymore, especially knowing this sim probably has tons of outfits. So I scrapped the whole thing and just started again. And to be honest, now that the apartment is done, I'm really happy that I went in this direction, because now it feels balanced, and I think it reflects the lifestyle of someone who is constantly performing, traveling, and needs that space for everything. So yeah, sometimes the build looks very clean and straightforward in the speed build, but actually I was moving walls back and forth for maybe 20 minutes. But well, we're now in the bathroom, and it's huge, and I actually like it. I kept the walls dark and glossy, using tiles that look almost reflective. For the sink area, I used the Life and Death kitchen cabinets, but in this context, they look like expensive custom cabinetry. The sink is from the base game, not the most expensive, but it has golden accents, which fits perfectly. And for the mirror, I combined base game wall mirrors with a golden framed painting, to create one giant luxury mirror. And this is actually another thing which I really like here. And of course, I had to use the black and gold jacuzzi. I think if you are a top level musician, you don't get just a regular bathtub. No, you get a golden jacuzzi. I also added a stand-in shower, because the musician doesn't always need to soak for an hour. And I divided that area with this yellow-gold glass dividers from Discover University. Also, I think this little sitting puff and rug in the center help to fill the room and make it look expensive. So I really like this area. And now onto the bedroom. And as soon as I saw the heart-shaped bed with that leopard print, I knew that this was it. It's from the Loft track, and it's just perfect. It's really dramatic, it's bold, and it's a little bit ridiculous. And I think it absolutely fitting for this apartment. I also used base game carpet in this light beige swatch, because 80s bedrooms loved wall-to-wall carpeting. Also, there is a sitting area in the room with 2 black chairs from the Loft track and a golden side table. I used it in the living room too. Also, I added a little marble tray with a cup and a book and a few palms, again, because apparently every glam home needs at least a few palms. I also hung 2 pictures from Loft track. One of them is a man in underwear, and I don't know, who he is in your story. Maybe it's our musician, or maybe it's their partner, maybe someone they adore. I will let viewers decide. And finally, the music studio, which is the heart of this entire build. I used the piano key rack from City Living, because how could I not use it here? Then I added tons of mirrors again, because 80s glamour means reflection everywhere. I also used here the black wall panels from Comfy Gamer Kit, just to simulate soundproofing. They may be not perfect, but visually I think they work. And I added framed vinyls, music posters, the saxophone from Businesses and Hobbies, and all kinds of instruments. A grand piano, microphone, guitars, violin, and of course karaoke machine, because a top-level musician needs everything. And then on the back wall I placed the high school year's trophy shelf, and I filled it with all kinds of awards. Some trophies are for music, others for cheerleading, but honestly I love imagining that our musician started performing in school, maybe at talent shows, and I think it adds some depth to their story. And that's it, the entire studio. So this apartment ended up being around 140k simoleons, And I think it captures that glamorous, dramatic, and high-income lifestyle of a musician who is at the very top of their career. And it's such a different world compared to episode 1, and that contrast is exactly what this series is all about. If you want to download this build, it's on the gallery, just search for Simsioli. And if you're enjoying Careers of San Myshuno, it really helps me out if you hit like, subscribe or leave a comment. It tells YouTube you want more episodes and helps this series to grow. Next time we are heading to the Spice District for a completely different build, and we are going back to the start of the career ladder again. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!